So what is this about hackers discovering new Tesla hardware?
Yeah, so they're not really, it's not like a cave exploration or anything, but it is kind of like a digital sort of cave. So internet hacker Green.
Oh, yeah, we know him.
We know him.
He's a white hat hacker.
White hat hacker, right? He's been exploring the latest update that Tesla just rolled out, and he's been looking through the firmware, and he's discovered what he thinks are some possible hardware changes that are going to be coming to some of the Tesla cars.
What did he find?
So he has a list here in a tweet. He says, an integrated inductive phone charger for Model S and Model X vehicles.
Oh, cool.
So you pop your phone on there if it has it, and supposedly it would charge up, and it would be included with the car, maybe, potentially, or maybe it's an add-on. We have no idea.
Okay.
The next is 2 new Model S and Model X battery types in several configurations. He says not yet sure of the capacity, to be determined.
That's big news.
That could be...
This is starting to point towards something bigger. Continue.
Okay. A new lumbar feature, which he conjectures to mean new seats, possibly.
Oh, okay.
New charge port type.
What?
So I don't know if this is specifically for the Model S and X. Everything else has been for that.
Okay.
And then new suspension version.
So this seems to be pointing to a refresh.
So Green continued on Twitter. He said, due to firmware timing, Tesla seems to have realized no matter what they do, stuff leaks through firmware. So they froze releases on week 40. So week 40 of 2019, and just backported absolute necessary stuff to limit leakage. And now, past the new year, this must be hardware they put into cars now/very soon, so cannot avoid it. Which basically means they've been hiding all of this stuff that they've been working on in the background because they know that these leaks would be coming out. So they've been hiding it. But this means that instead of us being like, well, we don't know when it's coming, in Green's eyes, it seems like it's going to be happening very soon because they're hiding as much as they can and releasing as to the last possible moment, which means that the timing could be a lot closer.
Right, and the reason he knows this stuff is because the new version 2020.2, which means it's the second week, was just released. So let's just speculate here for a second. So Tesla obviously going to be rolling out some new features. This points to a refresh of the Model S and X. That's just conjecture. But if it's true, Q1 and Q2 is typically when Tesla has the most trouble. Well, most auto manufacturers do because it's the slow seasons. If they want to be profitable for all 4 quarters in a row, which we think Tesla wants to be, not only does it get them into the S&P 500, but it also starts to show the world that they can be profitable year-round. So if they want to be profitable, especially in Q1, which is the toughest quarter, they're going to need to probably do something, pull some little lever. What if, speculation alert, what if it was a plaid version of the Model S?
Right. And in thinking about the plaid version of the Model S, I think that a lot of people think that this would just kind of take the place of the performance. But I think that you're adding an extra motor, there's a whole bunch of extra complicated bits, and then, if we're talking about maybe new battery architecture, whether that be 2170s or some brand new kind of magical battery, I think we're going to be looking at a huge price jump to get to the plaid.
Yeah, I think you could charge somewhere around $150,000 for the plaid version, and I think you'd immediately get about 2,000 people right out of the gate to sign up for that. So that's
at least.
So assuming that would be a margin of about $75,000 per car, we're looking at about $150 million of profit on the books if they could do something like that in Q1, maybe Q1, Q2. I think that might be a smart move because it's just instantly opens up some more cash possibilities for very little investment on Tesla's part.
And, you might be saying, but Zach and Jesse, we're already so far into Q1, but keep in mind that we still haven't had the Q4 earnings call. This could be one of those bombshells that Elon likes to drop. I would say either, plaid Model S or maybe Model Y. It could be one of those 2 things, either Model Y or it, could be both too.
And the earnings call is this week, which would be a great place to do it. And we're going to be covering that on In Depth this Friday.
Thanks so much for watching this Now You Know clip.
Head over to Now You Know channel for full episodes of Tesla Time News and In Depth.
And if you want to treat yourself and your family to something amazing, check this out.
Jesse and I have been enjoying Masterclass, where we've been learning all sorts of fun topics from the masters themselves. Comedy from Judd Apatow.
Screenwriting from Aaron Sorkin.
Investigative journalism from Bob Woodward.
Tennis from Serena Williams.
And so many more.
Click the link down below to support our channel and experience what it's like to learn from the masters at Masterclass.